Hey, welcome back to this mini lecture on how to run a debriefing meeting. This is an 8-step process, and I'll go through each of the 8 parts sequentially. First is to explain the procedure. At the beginning of this process, you want to explain how your debriefing meeting is going to work. Here's a bit of a snippet, an example of a script you could say to your participants. From your lists of usability problems that you observed during the test sessions, we are going to choose the 10 most serious ones. Then we are going to prioritize them and agree on which ones we're going to commit to fixing in the next month. So it gives you sort of an overview and sort of some goals you want to reach. Number 2, you want to review the problems. You want to ask your various participants to review the list of problems they wrote down during the test sessions, and then from them, you want to get them to choose their 3 most serious problems. Number 3, have a read aloud. This is where you'll have participants talking with one another as a group. You want to ask participants to read out their 3 serious problems, and if you have any repeat problems, just say have the person say something like, I had problem X too. Number 4, you want to record down the problems. You, as a person facilitating and doing the debriefing, you want to list the various problems so they are viewable to the team, such as on a big whiteboard or on some kind of like big pieces of paper, like on an easel. Once you have them, if you're choosing to do something more analog and you write them down on like lists on paper, you want to tape the problem list to the wall, and you want to leave space between the items to add suggestions in case there are, other subsidiary problems or maybe some other further fixes you want to add to them. Number 5, you want to narrow the focus. From your group read aloud, you want to ensure that everyone has contributed their 3 problems. You want to choose the 10 most serious problems out of your group, and you want to, depending on your democratic style, you may want to have a vote, or you may want to have you as a leader choose the top 10 problems. After you do that, you want to wait for any objections people might have, and then based on the objections, you might want to make any necessary changes. 6, you want to rank the problems. Here you rank the top 10 problems. You want to obviously ideally start with the most serious at the top. When you're listing them down, you want to leave space between problems where you'll make notes for fixing them. And then again, as you as the facilitator and the person leading the debriefing, you want to use your judgment about the order, but listen to reasonable suggestions about changes to make sure you incorporate as many people's advice as you can without devolving into chaos. 7, disclose fixes. Work down the list without skipping any problems. Discuss how your team can fix these problems in the next month or so, and you want to keep these fixes as simple as possible so that you can communicate them easily and they're easily understood and they're ideally attainable. Finally, you want to allot resources. Work your way down the list of problems, and you continue working until you have committed all your available resources for the fixes over the next month, so that you have these problems and you have the resources and you want to marry the 2 together. So ideally your resources will ideally be in lockstep with the problems that you have. That was how to run a debriefing meeting. As always, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a great day.